Gang! It feels good to say that, Austin, doesn't it?
That was so loud.
Okay. Gang, guys. Gang. We in the building, man. Yo, I haven't been on YouTube in the last month. Well, Secure the Swag got posted yesterday at this point, right?
Yes.
Yeah, at this point. So they seen Secure the Swag. But other than that, welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate you guys for being so patient. January, we only posted one time. We've been doing a lot, as you guys saw in Secure the Swag with Mexico and Texas and a lot. But we wanted to get this interview out for you guys, which is me and ASTRO FX. And I want to kind of give you guys the rundown on how this interview kind of came about, because Secure the Swag showed like a little preview and a snippet of it. But Shaun and Natt hit me up last minute to go to Mexico. I went to Mexico. And for this specific interview, we waited until the last day to do it. My flight was at, I think, 1:15, and I had to be at the airport at like, I don't know, 12:20 or something along those lines. Shaun and Natt get to the hotel, and as you see in the interview, we are rushing through it. So I apologize for how the quality or how it looks. It doesn't look like a standard, you know, Swaggy and Austin production. First of all, Austin wasn't even there, but it doesn't look like a standard production. We didn't have microphones. We had to use a shotgun mic. You know, we had to put the cameras on like a table. Like, we rushed so much because of the story I'm about to tell you. So when Shaun and I get to the hotel, the hotel, I guess, people who work there would not let them in whatsoever. You know, their videographer had his camera in their hand, and he's just like, oh, you guys are recording? You can't be here. And we're just like, why can't we just go to the room privately? They said, sorry, you can't be here. I said, that's not true. I had friends who are influencers who stayed here last month off the strength of taking some pictures for the hotel. So they go back to the manager, they come back down, they say, oh, well, you gotta be a guest to stay here. We're like, great, cool, we'll buy a room for an hour. We don't care. They said it costs this much money. We don't care. We will buy the room for an hour and still leave. Goes back to the manager, comes back down, we're fully booked. And then Natt is like, y'all fully booked? So if I go on your website right now and buy a room, like, it'll say completely sold out, right? And I don't know if he got scared because he started saying, it should. Natt goes online, buys a room, and it says, here's your reservation. Go to the front desk to complete your order. And then he goes back to the manager, and before he comes back down to tell Shaun and Natt, whatever, Natt is like, so if you tell me anything other than here's your suite, I'm gonna say it's racist. I'm gonna say it's because I'm brown. Because at this point, I did everything like you wanted me to do, and I still can't get a room. So they let us in with like, I don't know, 20 minutes to do an interview. And as you see, this interview was about 35 minutes long. So we went over the time. We ended up getting to the airport later than we wanted to. And when we got past, TSA and international departures and all that stuff, our flight left 25, 30 minutes later. Like, it's just a lot. So as you see in the interview, we're clearly rushing, we're talking over each other, and that's not a standard interview, because if we had all the time in the world, I would talk, Shaun would talk, Natt would talk, it'd be great. But you can see us really rushing and panicking because we knew I had to get back to the airport as soon as possible, but we wanted to get this out for you guys. And for those wondering why we waited till the last day to do this, we had so many other business meetings that we privately had to do before we could actually sit down and create content together. All in all, long story, but we still put something together for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. So without further ado, Austin, that's it, right?
That's it.
Enjoy the interview. Dang, we in the building! I know what time it is, man. Swaggy is here, and I got two special guests in the building, the one and only. It's Natt.
How you doing?
Shaun, what's up, baby? How you feeling?
What's going on? Good.
Blessed to have you guys on the channel, and we went through a lot of crazy stuff that you guys don't know, that Natt had to buy a room just to do this video because they wouldn't let him and Shaun on the property. Dead serious.
We'll make it work, though.
We made it work, though. Just for you guys, I gotta go to the airport in 35 minutes, so we're gonna run right through this. Trading industry. You guys have set the standard for how many years now? 8 years now? 9 years now?
7, 8 years.
7, 8 years now.
Wow, it's gone fast.
For you guys, what keeps you guys going right now in 2020?
When we started, it was like you can go on to Facebook, you can go on Google, and you can go on Instagram. Instagram didn't even exist. But there was like a very handful of people doing what we used to do. So obviously, I think that's where we found the passion, because we were one of the first ones to kind of come across it. Like, we literally bought a camera for like a few £100s.
Yeah, GoPro.
And just because there was no one on YouTube talking about Forex,
Yeah.
I was like, imagine if we just started this out, pure fun. And from there, it just grew, and then we did Technical Tuesdays. I think that was the Technical Tuesday.
First of all, we're going to talk about Technical Tuesdays later, because that set the tone for the industry. But what made you guys so like passionate about trading starting off when it wasn't like a massive market that everybody was in?
For me personally, it was like I tried the 9-to-5 avenue and tried, had a stable apprenticeship job. I've got an engineering degree. But then for me, I knew that I need more than this in life. I looked at people in the factory where I was working, and again, no disrespect to anybody who's in that kind of industry, but I knew it wasn't for me. Then I went away, started to look at different ways to make money online, affiliate marketing, all that other shit that goes on, especially in this arena. And I came across MT4, and I said to myself, I'm going to sit down, cut off all my old friendship, and work on myself. And then the path went from there, and I met him like a year later. Isolation mode. That's more or less what it was.
I was a university dropout. My family being brown, especially, like you're either going to be a doctor or a dentist or a lawyer. Never too great at university, but the one thing I like about trading, which I think we'll all agree with, it's one of those things where the more effort you put in, the actual greater returns you get. You can go to a job or do whatever and put in 10% or put in 90%.
Doesn't matter.
The same amount of money back.
You might get reviewed at the end of the year.
I say that all the time, where it's like the trading and investing is probably like one of the only jobs in the world that doesn't have like a cap on it, where it's like it really depends on how much effort you put into it. Where it's like an actual job. Again, no disrespect to them, you can give your like heart and soul and then still get passed up for the promotion to somebody else because they're with the boss in a relationship or something like that.
One of the craziest things I always hear, and it always like gets me going, is imagine like I always say to some people, like I've had people that have normal jobs, and again, fair play to them, but it's their best friend's wedding, and the night before the boss says you can't go. So you got to risk your job, or you got to go to your best friend's wedding. Which one do you do?
And at the same time, even for my experience, and especially his as well, people are going for university for 7, 8, 9 years for this happiness ending of grades and a potential job. But the economy is changing. We have to adapt to the economy right now.
Correct.
Then these guys, I mention no names, personal family, but once they get to that stage and then they get to that level, they only have that one skill, which they can only apply in one certain arena. And if that arena is down for now, then obviously it's not going to go too well.
What do you say to those who will go to like college or work a job for 8, 9 years and not see an issue with it, but those who like trade for a year and all of a sudden think it's a scam because they can't?
I would personally say have 2 different directions. Obviously, maybe again, a lot of you guys know I get a lot of messages every day. Family pressures. I'm doing this. It's not me who I want to be. It's my family, etc. pushing me in this direction.
Correct.
I would say to you, get a side hustle, whether it's Forex, as our conversation is right now. But I would say don't rely on one source of income or a career path to make other people happy, because we're in different generations now. Things are changing 100%. Rapidly.
I know. I totally agree with that all the time. That's why I tell people all the time that like, do not, if you're trying to start Forex or the stock market or anything in general that comes with investing or trading, don't just quit your job just because you hear about it. Like you have to at least have a side hustle and go side and hand in hand with something. I
think the one thing that all three of us respect each other is, if you go on our Instagram stories, you're never going to see it says join.
Never. That's the biggest, like my biggest issue with everybody I see on YouTube and Instagram is that I can't scroll past my timeline. Well, I can because I don't follow them anymore. But when I used to, it was like join right now, copy and paste, sit on your couch like you're doing right now.
And the guaranteed.
Guaranteed. We have a 97% win rate. Like we only lose 3% of the time.
You put 1,000 in, you make 1,000 a week.
No matter what, for the rest of your life.
No, and even if they did have a 95 guaranteed win rate, if they were super geniuses, then the clientele aren't, because of psychology and stuff. So it's a very open field. It's like spyware.
That's kind of when we started ASTRO. I think that we never wanted to be like financial freedom. I've never said it.
Never.
Never said it.
Shoot me before I.
When it comes to trading, it's like you have to have passion. Like, one thing I always say to people is, do you like sitting in front of a computer? Do you see yourself doing this? If so, do it. Don't do it because your friends said that they have a castle which no one's ever seen somewhere.
Yeah, and I feel just from my perspective, I'm sure you guys know, I'm heavy into the charts, heavy into technicals, always trying to better my material and myself and my mentality. And I actually learned a lot from psychology of the other people as well.
I always have like a secret formula for this, and it always works. I always say, whatever pairs you're looking at, what's the price right now? And if you can't name it, you're not really looking at it. And that's why you can have 2 or 3 pairs. And then I always ask that question to students. All right, cool, you got 10 charts open. Tell me where that is. Tell me where that was last week. Where was that last month?
You need to go to bed with them,
Yeah.
type thing. You know them, you know the last movement for the day, week, month, you know everything about them. It becomes easier. You have to have passion in the actual chart game, knowing why a market's going to move, and not just doing it for the money because your friends said, okay, I've made $600 this week. Show you something very nicely for a second, then you want to get involved. It's a passionate career.
Realistically, how often should people trade?
I mean, depends on your style. Me personally, I could place 3 trades in a week, but me and him, we travel a lot, always in different.
And then take some
the
time off.
zone thing,
Yeah.
It's actually, you need to be prepared for that too. But like a few times a week, that's it. Me and him used to sit there 12 hours a day on Skype. Shaun, is this a buy? Is this a sell? Is this a buy? Is this a sell? Well, that's the path you have to go through. Then you get to a level now where it's easy, it's flexible, and it works around you.
So Shaun, talk to kind of get a different subject really quick, to the traders at home who try to trade every single day, 24/7, and like the whole analysis paralysis thing, as opposed to like where you or me will take a week or 2 or even 3 off to live our life. When we're on vacation, we don't trade really.
Like with me and him, throughout the good, throughout the bad, we've always partied and had fun. I'm sure you guys have seen. We've never let any down days like destroy our
the Charlie Sheen of Forex.
And you know, it's all the same. We try to keep it neutral. Personally, I think many people look at too many currency pairs and you think, you know, in essence, less is more.
Yeah.
I am very, very good at gold, and I'm very, very good at GBP AUD, and that's it. If I know them, the liquidity that they provide, and the amount of pips you can make more or less capitalize from them in a week, why am I going to go and spread, you know, my capital too thin? And then also, you need to know risk reward profiles, and ultimately,
tell them we'll be out in 5 minutes.
Ultimately, I think the biggest thing is that after the, let's say, 8 years of hard work on the charts, you get to a stage where you can look at a chart like this, 20 minutes a day on the chart, and it's all about like position and money management on top of that as well.
And one of the things we liked about Technical Tuesday was our neck was on the line every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So for example, if we had done like 10 trades and they all went badly, we would have stopped at 3.
That's a good point. Is that a lot of people don't, analyze on YouTube, because if they do it and next week it goes wrong, they look crazy.
I mean, like we were very like fair. We said, look, 70 to 80% success. Like we always told people, and we like to like educate them as well.
Yeah.
So it's more of a platform for us to look back on, and I'm glad we met someone like yourself and met so many cool people through Technical Tuesdays.
Yeah, but to go onto YouTube, going back, to go onto YouTube with that confidence, before I met him, before ASTRO was, around, registered, whatever you want to call it, that skill set was working like 4 years before. To get that. And I look at Technical Tuesdays, the last ones we used to do with GoPro. I used to put my head in the corner like really big because
we learned it ourselves.
And
we didn't have any of this.
Yeah, I mean, all of that skill there, it was learned previously. And I look back at that and I see how much of a novice thing it was, but at the time, it was more than what anybody else was doing.
So getting into like the industry, you said something really cool right now. You said you had the skill set and was learning and actively trading for 4 years before you even started at Technical Tuesday. Same with me, where I was like, I was studying for a good 4 or 5 years before I even thought about going on YouTube and starting a course. What do you say to those people who hear Forex and then 4 months later are starting a course and trying to teach people?
See the thing for me is we get this so often. I think same from the camera. If you're teaching, let's say 50 people, you're going to have maybe 5 to 10 that will go on to do half decent, profitable, stay in profit. Everybody else.
Say that again to the camera, because they think that if you have 5,000 people in a course, 4,999 should be profitable.
No.
It's not realistic.
The real statistics, because like I said, I'm in that world in London.
Yeah.
Like I have friends that have shown me everything, and the industry is you've got a few, like 3-4% of people will actually go ahead and change their lives like we have. 3-4% of people will go sideways for a little while. Unfortunately, everybody else will eventually just based on emotion, psychology, wanted to do it the next week, the next month, wanted to buy the Ferrari on Tuesday. These are the problems. The market can be quite simple. That's why it's just a simple game. It's a video game.
Yeah, it's so many factors. What about to say?
I feel like in that whole instance, I think leverage is a big factor as well. Like from my perspective, I've made major gains from small gains, but I just like to test myself and see what I can do. But I know that isn't sustainable overall.
Correct.
And it's funny because I used to be a victim of. I used to do that myself back in the day when
5K
I was
to 687 before IG messed you up.
Yeah,
I get it.
I mean, people see that and they think they can continuously replicate that.
Correct.
It's not sustainable.
Why is it not sustainable?
Because the market conditions always change. You never know what fundamentals are around the corner. Quarterly fundamentals change, and it's all about, let's say for instance, what I've learned personally is when you make a lot of money from nothing, sometimes it can change you as a person.
Yeah.
Then you get overconfident, it can change you in the market, and it can also change you as a person. You know, you start spending too much thinking that, okay, because I made this from this, I can continue this lifestyle.
Yeah, right.
And how many people have we seen go from here to here?
Yeah. And basically, the one thing I would say is, let me say this again on camera, there is winning streaks and then there is losing streaks.
There's not winning streaks throughout the rest of your life.
Here's consistency, and there is 400 different ways of getting there. And that's what we're trying to express to you.
Because it's okay if you have a bad month, just like you said, like people go up and down.
Someone can place 80 trades in a month, and someone can place 4 trades a month, and the one that did 4 is better off.
You have to merge it, number one, you have to know yourself. Even something's going on at home, don't trade if you're not in the correct mind state.
Here are the facts. 90% of traders lose their account in less than 90 days in less than 90 trades. That's the facts.
Do you think it's hard to turn people's psychology around to go from flipping a $100 account to 100,000 as opposed to looking at it as percentage gain? Like people will look at Forex as flip, flip, flip.
It's completely short term and long term. Short term is you try and get to, you try and flip to 10, 15. It doesn't work, you cry, it works, chances are you keep on pushing, looking for more, the whole thing's gone.
What it comes down to as well is emotional intelligence, but also brain chemicals, dopamine. Everyone just wants to be in a trade.
Dopamine.
Everybody just wants to do something. You know? So if you got that dopamine fix, whether even like drugs and alcohol, whatever it may be, people put it into trading, and I've been there myself, and I've learned from it and become better from it.
You talked about that because you said, and the Why You'll Never Stop Trading video, something about like...
Yeah, it turns into the satisfaction and being in it rather than winning and losing. That's where the problem happens.
And what is gambling and what is addiction? It's all dopamine, it's brain chemicals.
And that's why I think, like, you know, I'm sure you get it too as well, is this industry. Like, you know, we had this conversation earlier about, you know, FX trader and all this, like, it does have this slight bit of a bad reputation because of these overnight services out there.
And that's the reason why I even started my channel and my course, is because I felt like there were only maybe 2, if that, like 2 or 3, who I felt like is doing like a good service to Forex. Everybody else, I felt like it was all the flipping, the copy and paste.
You'll flip it by Monday, Tuesday, and go offline and cry for the rest of the week.
Literally.
One thing that us guys had a conversation about the other day, all of these people coming up right now, and you've got the Telegram groups, and you've got the little packages going on.
The signal sellers.
Blah, blah, blah. Then the cars, and then they're all spent out, and all this kind of crap. You know what? As we mentioned, the Forex, there's so much people coming into the foreign exchange game right now, where, let's say you have a Telegram group of, 1,000 people. In 2 months, they're now all experts. 25% of them drop out. Telegram. Your money's going to start to dissipate soon because of the saturation of the game. So what we do, we could buy Bugattis tomorrow if we wanted to.
Correct.
I mean, we've gone through all of that.
I like that you said that signal sellers look at it very short term. They don't look at the longevity of it. Because first of all, the signal selling doesn't work. Explain why you guys, and I never started one, I never had one. Why have you guys never started follow my signals and do...
So for me, chart work and stuff is just a hobby and a passion. I always sit there and I've put so many hours chart time into myself, and you've seen I do it for free on Instagram.
Correct.
Right? I just do it. It's fine. We're talking like 1,200 pips a week, whatever, and I'm more or less just, excuse my French, on everybody else who's charging. I could charge and get probably 5,000, 10,000 people paying me £120 a month. But we're not in that league.
Correct.
We're not in that
league. It's a different level.
The conversations that we're having and where we're trying to go, if I said that we do signals, they would like literally walk out the
Of course, which is why I never do it, because I see the long game.
Like a $1 month, 12 million
let me explain one thing about signals.
There's nothing in comparison to what...
That's a fact. A minimum of 12 million a year. If Shaun wanted to start a signal service right now, he could probably do 12 million a year. I could probably do $1 million or $2 million a year. And same with Natt. It's not worth it.
We're not in that league.
Yeah, and also like a lot of people don't understand about signals is you buy like I can go on Google right now. Forex signals.
Copy paste.
Get that. Change it by like a pip. Copy and paste it to my group, and now it's my trade. Like no one even thinks about that.
Literally.
No one even thinks about that. So yeah, signals, you know, we've been through all the indicator stuff, like, you know, most of our course, and I'm sure with yours as well, it's about telling people what not to do.
Literally.
People always understand, like, you know, if you eradicate what not to do, what's left can be quite simple.
Yeah.
It's the distractions of signals and join this and let's all have one big trading group and all place a trade at the same minute.
All at the same time, and then we'll all do profit together. It's all stupid.
I remember me and Shaun walking once and someone says, what do you guys do? We said FX trading. This is before we got our first office. And someone said, just like these guys.
Yeah.
And it angered me so much.
Bro, it kills me now when people. This is why I hate when people call me a Forex trader. I will never. You will never hear me call myself a Forex trader. I will say I'm a day trader. I'm a currency trader, or even just anything. I won't say I'm a Forex trader because it has such a negative connotation because of the saturation from everybody else.
Let me explain. If your money's based on you bringing 3 friends, that's not
the whole IML experience.
Yeah.
Hate it.
What do you think of the trading market in the US where you live? And
for me, everybody's fake. That's why I started mine in the US. I know you guys had the UK locked down. For me, there was nobody realistically providing an accurate representation of trading. Like I tell everybody, clear as day, I have like 6 to 7 different streams of income. Trading is not my number one only source of income, but everybody, you know, in the US makes it seem like, oh, I got my private jet and everything just from trading. You know what I mean? It's fake, whereas like trading is a source and it's one of my favorite things to do, but it's a combination.
We want them to encourage trading markets can be fun and you can enjoy your money. And sometimes the more serious you actually take
your money out and actually enjoy
it.
Yeah.
Stop just trying to get it to whatever.
Travel, go meet new people, open your mind, have a little break from it. The breaks are the biggest piece.
100%.
Guys, it was great to talk to you guys.
You have to go,
as you guys know, bro,
he's got to go.
My flight is about to leave ASAP, and you know you got to get your bags in 90 minutes before international departures. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys again probably next month for my birthday and Shaun's birthday. It's gonna be something crazier. Right now we tried to rush this video. We would have did it 2 days ago, but we didn't have all the camera equipment. My wife had to bring an extra camera and all that stuff. So we will get it better for you guys next time. But as of now, look out for what me, Shaun, and Natt have. Yeah, this is part 1 out of the 2,500 parts we're going to have. But we got something huge in store for y'all. Also, guys, if you haven't subscribed to their channel, go to www.youtube.com/AstroFX or go to their website. Is it astrofxc.com?
Yeah, AstroFXC.com.
astrofxc.com and mine, swagacademy.com, or just subscribe to the channel right now. Love you guys. So, but you guys right now are, like I said, the level that you guys are at right now, you guys are taking over the game in the UK. And I have grown to, 260,000 subscribers on YouTube. And
we watch your videos, man. His videos like Spielberg. His videos are like Spielberg.
Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Brandon, man.
Yeah,
Brandon here too,
fair
man.
Play, man. Like, I'm watching his videos and I've got like my popcorn and like stuff's popping out everywhere. And I was like, this is levels.
Yeah, so, and we both know that about each other. So the thing with, if you guys don't know already, they have a trading floor and they have several in Mayfair or London in general.
We have one big one and then we have other offices that are popping up as well.
Yeah, you guys hit me up and we had a few great ideas, and we won't say every single one on camera, but we'll say a few just because you guys are watching for the 3 of us. We're talking LA, we're talking Dallas, we're talking Miami.
Like where we're trying to go is be the institutional level where, we're here to do business. For us, it's what's going to be sustainable for the next 10, 15 years. When I learned trading, I'm sure you told your parents about trading, sure you told your parents about trading. No one was happy about it. I wanted people to go home and tell their families, hey, listen, I'm going to this street, you can trust this office.
It feels like you're an actual trader. You're coming in, you're learning fundamentals each morning. You're with a group of traders. You leave, you have a break, leave.
Letting someone actually learn trading, go to an office, not get charged every day, like it's free. Like join the program, it's free.
It's a long-term vision, not it's like, I'm in this downline, I've just made £50 off £2 type. Posting it on Instagram.
Correct.
It's a career path.
He said 50 off
It's just how it goes, It's how it goes. It's a career path and you're guided through it.
Imagine how many people are from all corners of the globe that have an amazing skill, that are very good at trading, but the capital and the psychology are the 2 reasons they won't go well. They don't understand where they're going wrong. That's where they fail. And that's where us 3 together can take care of that. I think a collaboration between us is only for serious traders. Like if you want to, make that flip, don't come to us.
They don't even care about learning the market or having like a career progression. They just like do whatever.
We're going to give you reports on, what pairs you're good at, what days or the times are you good at, You know, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing right? Make sure the leverage is looked at accurately. The view of the markets looked at accurately. Like, we're analysts. We're here to, you know, get our profit of the market and then, you know, be reserved as a trader. And I think what you probably like about this, what we like about this is because they're not a new audience, they have already got experience.
Yeah.
They've already seen what the market can do and cannot do for them.
Yeah.
They're the clientele we want.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to have someone that's brand spanking new, but sometimes we like people that know the risks, and then we take you on board.
Because it's not a mass market projection like some ads are.
Yeah.
If someone's interested, they talk to the team, you know, they guide them through the whole process.
Yeah.
Is it for them? It's just not like click here, click here, click here, click here. And then you're getting a million complaints at the end of the day because people don't have the psychology to even be in Forex.